they released the dive app, Oceanic Plus. I haven't gotten to test it yet, or even download it because my phone isn't updated yet. I'm doing that tonight, but I'm very excited because dive computers is a very interesting market. There is like big, like I wouldn't say plastic. Well, they're mostly plastic. Computers that you wear on the wrist, and they're like $300. But once you're going higher end, where they're also a watch, like I forgot the name, Mark II, something Mark II. But anyway, it's a $2,000 computer. Given it can do way more than the Apple Watch computer can, it's nice that we got something in the middle where it's a watch and it has many different capabilities for like snowstorms and like trekking and mountain climbing and hiking, all these different things. And they implemented diving capability. That's the main reason I picked it up because I'm a diver. And I was like, for that, well, it's $800, but I got the Apple Care for 2 years, so it pretty much was $1,000. It's nice to have like a recreational dive computer. A lot of people are like, oh, it's too expensive, and then the app is also a subscription service, which is like, eh. So it's interesting. I want to test it out, see how the software is, and then I'll get back on it because if it's good, it's very, very promising for the Apple Watch Ultra and for Apple in general because we're definitely getting a version 2 of this. And if it can go deeper and do more stuff, maybe connect to there's things you can plug into the tank and then you can have different air mixtures. So if it were able to do that, that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah. So
But
one
for
thing.
now, it's recreational for now.
Yeah. So like going back to like just like regular mechanical watches, like not uh like eye watches and stuff like
Smartwatches.
yeah,
Yeah.
smartwatches. So like I know like Rolex and stuff like they have like their dive watches. Like, what's the difference between that? I know it's probably not going to be as like accurate and give you as much data and stuff. But like, do you know what like how like the normal like mechanical watches work or like what they like measure?
So for the Rolex one, I think it's just like a name they give to the watch
Uh,
for divers. I don't think it actually gives you any sort of diving information. I may be wrong. But as far as I know, the dive computers are because before computers it was just tables. So it was like, okay, you're using this type of air, which is this percent nitrogen, this percent oxygen. Sometimes I think they add helium if you're going very deep. So if you're going to this depth, you can be down for this amount of time. And if you exceed, you have to do this amount of time of stop time to allow the nitrogen to exit your blood.
you just have a piece of laminated paper you bring down there in the water with you.
We mostly do it on the boat, but actually, yeah, that was very viable. Now we just have like a computer that does it right on your wrist, or um, the rental equipment I usually use. They have the computer embedded in the thing that reads your air pressure, your air gauge. So yeah, before it was just tables. You just have to do math. You just have to math it out. And yeah, now with the computers, we have some crazy technology because we're able to do like different mixes of air. So you have like regular air, which is just like what you breathe, but like compressed in the tank. Then you have nitrox, which is higher concentration of oxygen. So you can be down for longer, but you can go less deep because the deeper you go, like you get like oxygen poisoning. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Um, but yeah, you can stay down for longer. And then there's trimix, which is I haven't done the trimix course, so I'm not too sure. But as far as I've been told, it's used when you're doing tech diving, which is really deep, and you're not doing like the no decompression stop. You're going past that no decompression stop, and Then the trimix, I think it adds helium, and it helps you get rid of the nitrogen quicker.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Carrying like 4 tanks, it's insane.
Yeah, that sounds cool. That's pretty cool how far the dive watches come.
Yeah, the dive community has it's been insane. I got in. I want to say recently. It's been a few years, but from when my dad got in, like 20 years, 30 years ago, it's taken a few leaps. Yeah. And keeping in water sports, have you ever gone wakeboarding?
No, so I actually have never done any. I've never even been to like a lake for like any like swimming activities. I've never even like I've been on like a boat in the lake for like a tour or something, but I've never just been like for recreational purposes, right?
Man, sometime you gotta come down to South Florida. I'll
Yeah,
take you
I,
wakeboarding.
sh-
I'll
I
take
should
you
have came over
wakeboarding.
during the Thanksgiving break, but I think
The thing is,
whenever
my grandparents are over, so I'm not even in my room, dude. I'm sleeping in the living room, man. I got kicked out. But yeah, I went wakeboarding for the first time this last weekend. I'm going again this weekend. It was so much fun, but it's complicated as hell, dude.
Mm.
So my cousin, she did skateboarding. I don't think she still does it, but she was able to pick it up the fastest. But it was rough. So we started on like an easy board, they called it, I think, or an easy up, which is supposed to help you stand up, but it didn't. So they're like, to get the idea of it, do a knee board, which literally is what it sounds. You just lay on your knees, and that was so easy, very very easy. And after that, I don't know how the skill transfers from being on your knees to standing up, but I was able to get the easy up, and then I moved to like a regular one, like the one that still has the fins, so you can't do tricks,
Mm.
but you're like attached like a snowboard. You're like actually wearing boots. So that was very fun. I'm trying to think of other jet skiing, man. It's been too long since I've been jet skiing. I want to go so bad.
I've never been jet skiing like just on my own. I did like once like when I was little.
Yeah, exactly. That was the last time I did it. I think I was on a trip to like Aruba or something, and I did it with my dad. I've never done it alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think they even rent out um jet skis to the youngsters.
We'll wait till my birthday. April.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's see. What else do we got in the podcast?
What else?
So, World Cup.
Oh, World Cup. Oh, yeah. So
It's been interesting. Like, there's been some really good matches.
we've been watching a lot of it in school. Like I literally brought out my laptop. We had a big presentation like the school was giving today, and me and my friends were literally just. I had my computer out. And we're just watching it the whole time. Or at lunch, we just put it on the table and we all watch. And whenever they score, we just so.
No, man, bro, you should have seen when Brazil played. South Florida, the Brazil population it's insane. So many Brazilians. Man,
Oh, what about Saudi Arabia beating Argentina and then like all of the
huge
whole team
upset.
the whole team got Rolls Royces from like the king or something like
No way.
yeah, the guy gave the whole entire team, even if you're on the bench, Rolls Royce. Bro, that's crazy.
What?
Yeah.
No way, dude. And they
And
still didn't qualify.
I don't know if this is true, but I also saw like they said like he's gonna make like a national holiday for for their victory.
I wouldn't be totally surprised. But damn, and they didn't even qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Today they lost against Mexico. But that was the biggest upset, the way that they beat Argentina. But Argentina still qualified.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, the Brazil. So Brazil was playing. I don't know who they were playing, but it was during lunchtime, and like this gang of like 50 Brazilians, all in the Brazil like Neymar shirt, just huddle up around a Chromebook. The tiny little screen, dude, watching the game, and they score, and they go crazy, dude. There's this kid that even fell on the floor, go crazy, and then they ruled it offside.
Okay, wait. So is it called soccer? Since we're obviously in the U.S., is it soccer? Is it soccer or is it football?
It's football.
Okay, yeah.
Football. Of course, it's football. I'm from South America, so football 100%. We call it so down in South America it's football, and then what we call football here in America is
It's
football americano, American football.
Football.
We just call it American football. But there was like the big thing that it was England versus US.
Yeah.
Is it football or
It's
is it soccer?
soccer.
And they drew. So we don't even know. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I call it, well, at this point I call it soccer as well. I just kind of flip flop.
Yeah.
But the true name,
Yeah. We all
definitely
know it's
football. Definitely football. But yeah. Man, do you guys have school fights like semi frequently?
Last year we had a lot. This year we haven't had I think we only had one, but we have a lot of school resource officers, and we have security guards and stuff. So when it does happen, it is pretty funny. Last year we had a girl got ganged up on by 5 other girls in the cafeteria.
Goddamn.
And they literally yanked her hair out, bro. It was in her hand, just a chunk of hair, and her head was bleeding. And then I remember sitting there at the table just watching, and then I see the security guard. They're literally taking their time. They're just walk, walk, walk. It was so funny. But when there is a fight, they usually the police officer usually comes up behind them, just headlocks someone, and goes "Rah, rah."
So for fights at my school, we have this one dean or assistant principal. My man just tackles students left and right, dude. Just full on tackle to the ground. So we have good response and quick response. Today there was a fight. So I was arriving at school and I'm walking to the stairwell, and I hear behind me, "Yo, no way, they're fighting." I'm like, am I gonna turn around? I keep going, and I get on the stairs. I got bird's eye view of the fight, and then so the first teacher that saw it was the one of the AP government teachers. He's a new teacher to the school. He's a super laid back, chill guy, and he's trying to break up the fight to no avail. So then he goes get one of the assistant principals, and this other kid, a senior, just grabs the kid from the back in a full Nelson, dude. Just full Nelson's the kid. I'm like, no way, dude. And then that stops the fight. And then the assistant, the dean, the assistant principal got there, and I don't know what happened next, but it was so funny. The thing that's always hilarious to me on Reddit, I'm always looking at this bully fight backer or fight show or something like that. It's called, let's see, I'll search it up right now. But it's pretty much a subreddit where it's just fights. Bully backfire.
Yeah. So there was a fight this year. So here's how it happened. So it's lunchtime. I guess all the fights they normally have happen during the morning, lunchtime, or at the very end of school. So at lunchtime, I walked into the bathroom at the cafeteria. I walk in there. There's literally 25 dudes in there. I'm like, hey, yo, in the size of our dorm. There's 25 dudes in there, and I'm just all right, let me just go wash my hands. And then I see them getting geared up, ready to fight. I don't know if they had a boxing glove on or something, but there's this little kid versus some other tall, skinny kid, bro. Freshman. And then I'm all right, let me just walk out. But anyways, the next period I see a video of the fight. The little kid literally got his ass beat. The guy was boom, 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 boom. And then the go-to move by all of them was just picking up by the legs and just dropping them, and they all land on their head. And
that's the funniest thing. Nobody knows how to fight, dude.
No one knows how to fight.
No one knows how to fight.
At all.
And it's just to me, it's absolutely hilarious. These kids are throwing the weakest punches, and
No, it's all
nobody's
like
going
this,
anywhere.
bro. It's all like they're all
Exactly.
throwing so
And then their
hard.
fence is like, what are you doing? Like leaning back. I'm like, dude, what are you
What?
doing, dude?
Going and,
Like he's not even
tackle him.
throwing a punch, and you're just clowning yourself.
Yeah.
I'm over here
I
like
low-key
having
get the urge to like just go in a fight so I can.
just like teach him lessons. Be
Like, it's so
like,
crazy,
yo,
like,
here,
let me show you how it's done.
this is gonna benefit you. You can learn how to fight. And these kids just clown themselves, and I'm just having a ball. I'm just laughing.
Literally, a front kick could stop them. Like once they start charging,
Exactly.
at you, just hit them with a front kick. Boom.
And they just have no idea what to do.
No.
But yeah, and you mentioned last year there was a lot of fights. For some reason, last year was like fight year, dude. There was,
Oh yeah, last year we had 8 fights in one day. So what happened was at our 7th period, our last period of the day, the school literally like made an announcement and they were dismissing only certain buildings at a time because there were like so many fights. And I was going up to my locker and it was like a place you weren't supposed to be because it hasn't been dismissed yet. And they're like, "What are you doing walking in the halls? You need to go the other way." I'm like, "I need to go to my locker." And then they're just staring me down. Like, geez.
I don't think we had that bad 8 fights in a single day.
That was like my record I've ever seen.
But we had like last year, I think they even made an Instagram account of of the fights.
What high school doesn't have a fight account?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, last year was. But they were mostly like dumb, just comical to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you said, they were getting geared up. I got So for working out, my rest day is usually my boxing day.
Mm-hmm.
I got boxing wraps or wrist wraps, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Game changer, dude.
It's the best investment because
Game changer.
I used my wrist wraps I used for like benching and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I wrap that tight and then I put the boxing glove on over that and it's so good.
Game changer.
Because I normally do that like after like my workout, like because I don't really like do shoulders like for like weights and stuff. Like I don't do lateral raises, so I just like do like for boxing, and I feel like I get like same like soreness and stuff like that.
Good shoulder pump.
Yeah,
boxing.
Good shoulder pump.
But yeah, I got the wraps, and just today I got in the mitts, so I can actually start boxing with somebody.
Okay.
My friend, I'm like, to my gym buddy, I'm like, yo, we should start boxing. Do it either as warm up or have the rest day be boxing. It's like, nah, I want to spar you. I'm like, dude, you've never boxed anybody in your life, and you want to spar me?
Let's go.
And he's like, no, actually, I have boxed before. He's like, and I'm like, okay, who? And he's like, oh, I sparred my cousin.
Like he says, let's fight, and then he pulls up his fist like this, bro.
Exactly, bro. And she's like, oh, I've sparred somebody before, and I'm like, who'd you spar? He's like, oh, my female cousin. And he's like, oh, and I felt kind of bad because she wasn't really punching me, and I was going full out on her and knocked her out. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? No way. So yeah.
Yeah, but I've also wanted like to practice like more karate for like the kicking part, like for like I don't know, more like kickboxing stuff. So I've been like stretching because I lost like a lot of my flexibility, so I can barely like kick above like my hip level. So like I've been like stretching every day. Like and like my hip flex has been so sore and stuff just from like trying to stretch.
Man, stretching is if I work out and I don't stretch after, I'm done the next day. I can't move.
Oh, do you still do a lot of abs?
I do abs every single workout.
Bruh.
Every single workout, core at the end. That's my cool down. Core at the end.
But I don't do any abs.
Every single person I've like worked out with is like, nah, I don't do core. Like, what are you doing, man?
In the kitchen. But aesthetically, at least.
I'm just I love the 6-pack, so I've always worked the core. Always worked the core.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Right,
well,
yeah.
That's gonna wrap it up for this podcast.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. So, if you guys enjoyed the podcast, and we'll be back for the next one.
Peace out.
Peace.